I got baptized when I was 12. So like, normally when you're really young, you're excited about those things. You see people like getting baptized, like you're like, oh yeah, me too, like me too. But I didn't really know much about God then, and really not even now. Like I'm still learning, I'm still building that relationship.
In today's episode, we meet Nicole. She is very open and very transparent about her struggles with God and where she is today. I believe this is an interview that is going to be very relatable to a lot of young people, so I know you're going to enjoy that. And welcome to Tea Talks. Nicole, I am so excited that you're here today. We have met maybe a few years ago, and you're actually friends with my son. So this is exciting because now I get to know you a little better. So thank you for accepting this invitation.
You're welcome.
I know you're feeling a little shy, but don't worry. This is really just to get to know you. So let's start with you.
Okay.
Tell me a little bit about your background, who you are.
My name is Nicole, and I'm Dominican. I have 3 siblings. I was raised in New York. And yeah,
that's it.
That's really all about me. Yeah.
What do you do now?
Me, I'm a freshman in college. I'm doing nursing. That's my major. Yeah. So, yeah. That's what I'm doing now.
How was growing up? Did you grow up in with a Christian family? Not? How was that?
In the beginning, well, because we are Dominican, so Dominican we have a different culture.
Yeah.
So yeah, we weren't really like in the church. My dad already knew about the church. He grew up in the church, but we didn't. So yeah, we kind of already we did like.
You were exposed to it.
Yeah, we were exposed to like the Dominican culture. So we experienced, everything in that. And yeah.
But not fully going to church all the time.
No, we never went to church growing up. And then when we were like 10 or 11, that's when a tragedy happened in our family.
Really?
Yeah, and our dad took us to church. Like he introduced us to church. And then, yeah, since then, like it's only been up from there. We've just been going to church since.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is pretty much like the family experience with church.
Yeah.
What was your experience? Because sometimes it's like I go to church because my parents made me go. How was that for you? Your experience with God is more important.
Yeah. So I got baptized when I was 12. So like, normally when you're really young, you're excited about those things. You see people like getting baptized, like you're like, oh yeah, me too, like me too. But I didn't really know much about God then, and really not even now. Like I'm still learning, I'm still building that relationship.
So you went because your friends were going and all that?
Yeah, my parents were going. At first I was like, yes, I really like this, but after some time I got distant. But I was still going to church because I was like I believe in God, I know he's real, but like I just don't feel like his presence, I guess.
No, that's good. What do you feel like? Why do you think, okay, first I went and everything, but then within a few years I wasn't that interested? What do you think makes young people like you not be interested in church?
It's like a bunch of things. Like, sometimes the topics, like they don't try to make it relatable to like, I guess, teenagers or even younger people. Cause I was like 12, 13 then. Yeah, they don't try to make it relatable. So it's all about like the end of the world, like this and that. And I'm like, what? Like you guys aren't explaining it to us. You're not letting us get there, So yeah. And then, yeah, that's mostly it. Just like the topics. And sometimes people can be very judgy in church and they just like, they don't know they're being judgy, if you know what I mean.
I know they have the best intentions and I know they wanted to make relatable, but sometimes they just don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
But as a young person, 12, 13 years old, you don't know how to distinguish that. You're like, it's not connecting. I'm not getting it. Why are they talking? And one of the things that I think is really hard for young people is like the fear factor. Like, all of the end of the world, the persecution and all of
Yeah,
that.
I was like scared. I was like, whoa, like how did we even get here? Yeah, and my dad was the one that actually made me like understand it a bit more, because we used to have estudio bíblicos, like Bible studies.
Bible studies.
Yeah, at night, and I would be like, oh, okay, and he'd be like, explain it, and that's how I would get it. I would be like, oh, okay, and that's why I actually got baptized, because I started understanding it a little bit more. But then when I actually stayed in the church and we kind of stopped doing the Bible studies, I was like, okay, now I'm just confused. Like, I don't know what I'm actually doing here.
And you did say that you're still like trying to get this
Yeah,
God
like
thing, build a relationship and all of that. What made you become interested in, okay, I wanted to build a relationship with God?
I guess that's hard. I kind of like seeing my dad and how he was in church. Like, I would say it was kind of like an inspiration. Like, I don't know. Like,
That's
seeing
good.
how he was in church, I was like, whoa, like, he's very, like, how do you say, like, into, no, like he was really, like, involved in church and stuff. So I was like...
He's excited about church.
Yeah, he always loved it. And the way he explained the stuff to us, I'd be like, wow, like, I understand this, you know. And yeah, like...
And your dad is making it real for you.
Yeah, he makes me understand it. Like, I'm like, if I don't understand something, he will break it down till we understand it. And we're like, oh, okay, like, we get it now.
That is good. That's good.
Yeah.
How is your relationship now with the church itself? Like your involvement, participation, ministry, how is that?
Honestly, I would say I'm very involved in the church. They actually made me a youth teacher, like for the little baby kids. But
do you like that?
I like it, but sometimes I get burnt out, like, because they just give you too much things to do, or sometimes they just involve you a little too much, and you're like, wait, like, slow down.
Overwhelming.
Yeah, I'm like, slow down a little bit, because this is a little too much for me. And yeah, but I am pretty involved and I like it. I like participating. Yeah, but sometimes it is like a little bit overwhelming.
Yeah. What do you think that, so basically you said that there are some things like the way that they present, it's not relatable. How do you think church can make it more relatable?
I feel like they should try to like connect with us more. Like, because you know, most churches, they're like, it's mostly older people running the church, and we're younger. So sorry, sometimes they don't speak to us. They don't try to communicate with us. That's why I personally like Pursue. Do you know? Yeah, Pursue. Like, I actually...
Pursued worship, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
I connect with Pursue worship. Like, when I go there, I love it. But when I'm, like, at a regular, like, church, you know, I'm like, I don't really get it. I'm just sitting there, but I'm not really understanding what's going on. I'm just
So like, it's like a more traditional style of worship versus a more contemporary style of worship. How do you feel about this worship wars? Like, oh no, the right way is just the traditional. What's wrong with having contemporary? As a young person, when you hear this kind of talk, what do you think about it?
I mean, I understand both sides. Like, my dad is like one of the old church people. So I'm also like, I understand their side, but I'm on like the more contemporary side, you know. I'm like the young, like, yeah, worshiping. Like, I like when people do like sometimes that clapping and the lights. Like, I enjoy that. Like, I know some people got like a concert vibe off of it, but no, you just feel it more. Like, you feel like the actual presence in there.
Because that's what it reflects, the way that you enjoy praising God. So this way you feel more comfortable and you feel like more inspired and you wanted to be there. This worship style wars have happened, I think, throughout Christianity. And usually the young people get frustrated because they're criticized for that. So that's a little bit what I wanted to hear from you. If you felt criticized, if you felt guilty for wanting a style that is different from your dad, you know. Changing topics a little. When I contacted you, one of the topics that you said you wanted to talk about was mental health. What did you want to talk about that?
I guess it's hard being in the church as a young person, like we were talking about. It's hard being in the church and like being young because like I guess in our generation, it's like a lot of things are normalized, like, you know, like
Everything's normalized
Yeah,
this day.
like-
I don't know if there's much that is not.
yeah, like, and I guess sometimes the church like doesn't understand the teens. They don't see that this is a generation like we were born in, like we can't change that. So we're already around that even if we don't want to be. And they don't try to support us. They try to like they judge us a
Guilt
little
and
bit.
all of that.
Yeah.
And I think this generation is exposed even more because of social media and everything. Like in the past, if you only have friends in the church that are Christian and in school that are Christian, pretty much you're not exposed to that kind of thing. But now
Yeah.
it's everywhere. How does that affect your mental health?
It kind of gives me like, I would say like spiritual burnout. I feel like sometimes anxiety, I'm like, wait, am I not good enough like to be in church because of like the things that I'm doing? And I'm not saying I'm doing like bad things like that far, like I was explaining, but like, you know, like regular things that teen would do, you know. But yeah, sometimes I feel guilty. I'm like they're not gonna think I'm Christian enough if I do this, you know. Like I'm like very scared of my image in the church.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. That is something that it affects this generation very much.
Yeah.
You know, especially because everything's everywhere, like social media. Somebody take a picture and there's a lot of comparison. So your self-image is affected very much. What is your goal and hopes for your relationship with God?
I'm hoping to build a stronger relationship right now. I'm not gonna say I'm warm, but I'm still working towards it. There's days that I'm like, oh yeah, like I really want to do this. Like I'm gonna try to pray like every night, which is hard because I do try to pray every night, but some nights I'm like, no, whatever, like it doesn't matter. I just go to sleep. But I don't know, there's some days I feel it more than others. Yeah, I don't know why, but
I think they're natural human emotions. So you're working towards the goal of having a closer relationship and more consistent relationship
more
with
consistent, God. Yeah.
Okay. How do you think we church leaders can help young adults that are going through the same thing that you're going through?
I guess just giving us support, talking to us, like checking up on us is a big thing. Like people check up on you a lot at church, but outside of church, you don't feel like the support is there. Like there's anyone there for you. You always, well, I feel lonely sometimes. Like, and I have a lot of friends. I have a lot of people around me, but sometimes I don't feel the support from my church towards me, like outside of church.
Got it.
So, yeah.
Somebody that will
like
call you, check up on you, see how you're doing.
Yeah.
Without being judgmental, but just
like understanding
caring for you.
me. Yeah.
Caring for you. Yeah, no, that is very good.
Yeah.
Well, this was very nice. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to get to know you a little better. I really enjoy getting to know different people and especially the struggles that a young person is going through. So thank you so much for being part of this podcast.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.